Hello everybody, today we're playing with Harbin, Vanguard Aviator. It's a 2-mana 3/2 legendary creature, human soldier with flying. Whenever you attack with 5 or more soldiers, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain flying until end of turn. Difference from playing with Harbin, we are playing it in standard Brawl. So we're checking if Harbin is still as good as I remember him to be back when he was a complete force to be dealt with. So for standard brawl here, we have quite a few soldiers. One of my advice playing with the Harbin is don't neglect the 1-drops, even though they may not seem that scary. They're still pretty good. Dragonstorm has Descendant of the Storms, when that she can endure and makes tokens, which is pretty good. We also have Flowerfoot Swordmaster that can make soldiers if we offspring. They have a good early game. As for late game, we have some anthems with Siege Veteran and I believe the 2-mana guy, which is Valiant Veteran, to give our soldiers +1/+1. I also like Elspeth in this list because the +0 is quite good, and she also has removal and Knight Errant of Eos, even though he's not a soldier, still gets to convoke and we get to search creatures with good insurance policy into board wipes. So how do you play with this deck? It's pretty easy. You just play soldiers as much as you can, but in certain matchups you have to mulligan for removal, which we have, and counter magic. Because there are certain commanders we will just not are not capable to outrace, and we're going to need to have counter magic or removal on the spot to deal with them, or we just lose the game. It's just how it is, and Harbin plays pretty high in the queue. And we also have a backup plan of any of our valuable creatures die, we can just reanimate them. Pretty much all of our creatures except Muriel, we can return with our cheap spells, which is quite good. And it's important to not neglect your board protection with Duty Beyond Death, Invasion of Goba can transform, and Dawn's Truce. All these ways not only can give protection to our creatures, but also indestructible, which is quite important. As for counter magic, I value the cheap and efficient counter magic. The 3 or more spell cost counters, I believe they're just too expensive. The format is quite fast. Even for standard brawl, has become very quick. So you just do not have time to hold 3 mana each turn. As for counters, Disdainful Stroke is here because the big spell we need to deal with are A, big creatures tall enough, especially with reach, that we just can't go through or we lose too many creatures. And 2, most importantly, are board wipes. Opponents will just be playing constant board wipes. River's Rebuke is not uncommon, and all those spells are expensive. And of course, negate, because all the spells that we are worried about are non-creatures. We also have just the good efficient ones, like Spell Pierce, Long River's Pool, No More Lies are quite nice. And yep, get to the game plan to get 5 or more soldiers, and we can hit. As for the lands, I would say the most important lands, Cavern of Souls, Fabled Passage, I'm playing it even though we're a bit of a fast deck. Unfortunately, we just need as many dual lands as we can, but in Standard Brawl we're quite limited, so we have to play other card, like Seclude Courtyard is quite good in this deck because we're a tribal deck. And what else? Thran Portal and 3 Tree City also helps us to get our blue, because sometimes we just need double blue, mainly for Long River's Pool, but there are occasions where we don't have it, and these cards can help us. Alright, let's see how we did with Harbin. This hand is not Atraxa proof. I think we mulligan. Alright. The opponent has a turn 2 removal. I like to play you. Next turn we get quite a bit of value. Force the opponent to interact. Unfortunately, they have a Borway, which they can quite a few. We've gotta make them have it. If they have it, it happens. That is our only shot. At least we refilled our hand. That's fine. It is unfortunately not the black skull. Oh, that's huge. So I'm gonna need the mana here. Did you play you? Although that's fine. No. Pressure. We can sacrifice the enchanted creature if the opponent just plays a Borway. Opponent just goes for Harbin, I think just let it go. We can play you to just give it counters, which I'm fine with. Yep, Siege better. Play the better. Let's give the counter to you. How much damage is this? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It is lethal. Alright, we got there. In case they played a Borway, we always kept our Borway protection. We'll play Muriel instead if we had one more mana. But GG's, that's pretty much that how we deal with Atraxa or these Borway tribal decks. We just have to play a very good curve. And if they have the Borway, hopefully by that time we have a counter spell or a protection spell. GG's. With the arrow. Of course they draw that. I like to play you and bounce. He has a menace. This is too slow. I should wait a turn for that. I think it's We're in desperation mode. I think we have to be mana efficient, otherwise we just lose. If he has it, he has it. It's just such bad draws. Yep, cards. I mean, we need to hold the... Much as I'd like to play you. Oh, they always have it, huh? I'm not giving him crap. If he has Spell Pierce, he won the game. And go for damage. I don't even know what cards. If we draw land's not bad. Yeah. I'm having. I believe this is enough. If you attack. Gotta pressure him. If he has another way to counter us, it happens. How much damage is it? Because if he goes all in, we have to just take it, most of it. We are taking 6, 10, 14, 16. We go down to 2. Yeah, I think we should all in. We go down to 2. We can block with 1. I think we're dead anyway, so as long as we're not dead. 6, 10, 14, 16. Yep, no blocks. You can have. Need to draw. I'll put a land, right? Of course we didn't draw land. That would be lucky. We have to tap here. Do we have lethal? Or... Because if we don't, we're dead. Next turn guaranteed. 5, 6, 7, 10. I believe I counted correctly. Yeah, barely. You needed a count there. That was such a difficult matchup, but that's the value of Hexproof, right? And we get lost as commander first. It was still very difficult. We're one turn from dying, but we got to those 5 creatures on time. GG's. Amin Pakal is one of the strongest matchups to deal with. I think here we have to hard look for removal, or we just lose the game on the spot. Okay, first we We can normalize their commander. I think that's the play. Yeah, if they have a perfect hand, it's gonna be very difficult, but... Are we playing the mouse? I think I may. I have to think next turn. We just have to play land and pass, unfortunately. Do I make him spend resources? No, that's fine. Okay, just taking one. So the opponent has something. Let's just pass. Even he doesn't do anything, we can sentinel on the back end, which is fine. Alright, we can... That one I don't really matter too much. Could 2-for-1 trade for him. Oh, but I have to balance, right? Oh, not necessarily. I think I will take the trade. Alright. If that's what he wants to do, it's fine by me. As I said, we're mana efficient here. This intercept unless I control Mount Force, which I won't get. So at this point, I think I'm playing just the mouse. Just playing the mouse and pass. I just cannot let him play Amin Pakal. Interesting. I think I'll take it. We can normalize it, but again, Amin Pakal just wins the game if he gets there. So I like to Harbin here, but I believe it's better too. And just keep the interaction open. Okay. Interesting. I think I'll take this. Do I take the damage? I really, at this point, we just have to race him. If it happens, it happens. If Harbin goes, it's fine. Gains his life. I'd like to convoke, but I don't think I can. I would miss one, unfortunately. Okay. Gets the draw. See if he hits his land drops. Okay, interesting. Do I take the trade here? I don't think I do, or do I? Because I don't have 5 blockers anyway. He's annoying, so I think we block him. Okay, block you. Let's see if you have a cantrip. We can counter. We now have to be covering 1, 2, 3. So we're pretty behind on that regard. So we have to go 1, 2, 3. Yep. Make a Knight Errant. Knight Errant can cover us. It will come tapped. It just happens. But we need to just, at this point, we just need to set up an army. We do gain life. So he wants the lightning bolt. Alright. He's going for damage, we can always negate it. Alright. That is 5. Go to 3. He needs Helix. We can counter the Helix. All right. Okay, from here we have to just block. Problem is every creature here won't be able to block, which is a problem. But we also need time. So I think we're at the point we need to start leaving 4 mana up for spells. So let's leave a blocker here. And I believe we hit with the 2 flyers. We gain a bit of life here. We have raised the past. Yep, I imagine he had removal, but we have negate, so no worries. Again, we have another counter spell, no worries. Opponent had a lot of burn, but problem is we're gonna need to block here. Okay. The unfortunate part here is we don't have that much life. How many soldiers do we got? We got 1, 2, 3. We do have all 5. But do we have lethal? That is the big question. Right now, I do 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No. Am I 1 off? Oh. Your Amin Pakal hits, we're gonna have to block 3 creatures. Actually, do you have to pay 1 now? blocking here. Alright, we got there. It was definitely a game of patience. Keeping the counterspell up really helped us, because the moment they play Amin Pakal, we lose. And then they protect us from burn. And just keeping blockers able to count there. Very important is we were 1 off. We were 15, unless I miscounted, of all the soldiers that could hit. So we played safe and just attacked with 2. GG's. For the post-game wrap with Harbin, Vanguard Aviator, he's still pretty good. I like him quite a bit. As for additional upgrades, he's got some. Mainly are in the 1-drops, which is pretty much a deck like this really wants. Important cards, I would say, that are good upgrades. Duty Beyond Death. I recommend this to play in every single white deck, not only in creature base especially, not only in standard brawl, but in normal brawl. And just more white protection is a must. Elspeth is still good in pretty much any deck. I like Muriel, but she can be quite replaceable because she's quite expensive. And another pretty good soldier is the 2-mana one that will release from Foundations. Ballyrush Banneret makes soldiers specifically make one less to cast. That means you have more mana up for protection or counter magic, which is very important in a deck like this. Pretty much what makes this deck relevant and up to date, because its effect is reliant on having 5 or more soldiers to attack, is your access in blue. If this deck was not in blue, I wouldn't believe this commander would be very good. Really, the blue is what saves this deck. To be able to interact is quite important. And this deck plays in the highest of standard brawl. So you're playing against all the nasty commanders. So make sure if you're playing this with Harbin, just go with the big guns. You go with all the best cards you can have. You are going to be playing against the most difficult commanders out there. And still, Harbin can keep up. He did pretty well. And I think he still is going to be good until he gets rotated from standard. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment below which other commanders would you like me to play from Standard Brawl. Thanks for watching.